Hi, my name's Deanna Hope, and welcome back to Spooky Spotlight, the show where I shine a light on horror films that you may or may not have heard of. On today's episode, we are going to be discussing The Lodge, a 2019 psychological thriller directed by Veronica Franz. The Lodge is about two kids who become snowed in with their soon-to-be stepmom. The kids decide to play a prank on her by convincing her that they all died. However, it backfires because she believes them, loses her mind, and goes on a deadly rampage. This film came out around the same time as a few other big films, such as The Invisible Man, and this film also had very limited marketing, so I feel like it was overlooked by many. The stepmom named Grace is played by Riley Keough, and we learn early on she's the lone survivor of a cult. Between being the lone survivor of a cult and also, in the kids' eyes, replacing their mother, they are very hesitant on getting to know her. The kids are Aiden, played by Jaden Martell, and Mia, played by Leah McHugh. Mia and Aiden's father desperately wants them to get along with Grace, so he trusts Grace to watch them and kind of get to know them for a few days while he is away at work. Once he leaves, we are guided through the film from the perspective of Grace, who is already struggling to fit in with the family, especially seeing all the mom's stuff laying around.
That's our mom's hat.
Now, this film is very slow paced, so don't expect any jump scares. I honestly really love the ordinary feeling of this film and how they use ordinary things to visually cue fear, such as the lighting. At night, the characters come across isolated in all the rooms that they are in, because the rooms around them are dark where the only light is on them, rather than the whole room being lit up and feeling like a warm, safe place. Also, during the day, Grace is oftentimes in a room with little to no lighting, making it feel dull and mirroring the feeling of withdrawal and isolation that she is already experiencing. She already feels uncomfortable, and then you add in the fact that the kids hide all her things, including her pills that she needs to take daily due to her past drama within the cult. This film covers many deep topics, such as depression, broken homes, and past trauma. The realness of these topics gives it that creepy feeling that many of us experience every day, which is on a whole different level of horror. These kids being extremely angry that their father left their mother for another woman, on top of being confused that their mother lost her life, which then leads to them pranking this woman without even considering the possibility of repercussions, is such a real life scenario. What that shows in this situation is there really is no true villain. Grace ends up becoming a victim, which we will discuss, and these kids are just going through a tragedy and trying to heal, and this is their way of dealing with it. Despite her past, Grace is just an ordinary woman, and I love how in the beginning of this film, before the kids really know who they're dealing with and know who their father is now dating, she remains faceless, using camera tricks and camera angles in order to hide her face or blur it out in some way, until the kids show that they are ready and really have no other choice than to meet this woman. So then they face her, and lo and behold, she's just a normal looking woman, no monster that they believed she was. Now, this film is really good at redirecting us, especially when we're being led from the perspective of Grace, who is so in the dark when it comes to what is going on, that it leads us equally as confused and not understanding what is real and what isn't, which is where Grace's mind ends up. Something else that really adds to this film's theme is the fact that they are truly stuck in the middle of nowhere. All the food's gone, their power's out, water's out, snowstorm, they don't have a car, they're miles from anything. And Grace does try to leave and tries to find help, but due to the storm and not being able to see, the roads and where she's going, it fails, and ultimately she has to come back, which just adds to the helplessness and the isolation. Now, unfortunately, Grace does lose her mind and not only harms herself, but ends up killing her future husband slash fiance in the process. So Grace, the kids, the father, they are all victims in this situation. There is no black and white, this person was wrong and this person was right. They are all just humans that end up making mistakes along the way, and it works out in no one's favor, unfortunately, due to that. There's a lot of layers to this film, and honestly, that's one of the reasons I love it. I feel like on the first go around, you might not catch everything, but on the second go around, you might pick up on more visual cues and more details that you might not have the first time. So I definitely will watch this film again. And it's definitely a unique one that I recommend. The father ends up dead. Grace ends up never really making her way back to reality, unfortunately. And the kids are, as we know, held hostage with Grace. They weren't able to escape due to their dad's truck getting stuck in the snow. So, at least until the snow passes, they are trapped with Grace. Anyways, this concludes another episode of Spooky Spotlight. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please leave a like and a comment if you're interested in this film or end up watching it. I would love to hear what you guys think as well. And have a great day.